Good morning, everybody. I'm Nadine from Living Life with Ike, aka Ike. So we're going to start off with a 20-minute hip opener today. Right now I'm in a comfortable seated position. I've moved the flesh away from my sit bones, so I'm nice and grounded. And I have my left foot in front of my right. So on our inhale, we're going to inhale from the bottom of the spine all the way to the top of the head, extending the spine up. And on our exhale, we're going to walk our hands. Keeping our sit bones on the mat, just walking the fingers out. Should feel a nice gentle stretch through the side body into the shoulders. Breathing into this. And on your next exhale, let's walk the hands over to the right. And I like to tell everybody to stop at your bus stop. We don't want the left hip coming off the mat, or the left sit bone, sorry. And we're just going to stop where your body says today it's time to stop. It may be different from yesterday's practice, but we're working with the body that you came to practice with today. And then walking back through center. And then over to the left. Should feel a nice stretch through the hip here, through the side body and into the shoulder. Walking back to center and slowly coming up into that comfortable seated position we were in when we started. So now we're going to take the right foot and we're going to put it in front of the left, and we're going to continue doing the same pose that we just did. So we're on our inhale, we're extending from the bottom of our spine all the way to the crown of our head, and on our exhale, we're walking our hands out. You'll feel this now in the opposite hip because we switched legs. So gaze can be down on the floor. Walking those fingers out, but keeping the sit bones on the mat. Should feel a nice, gentle stretch. We're just waking up the body. Walking the hands to the right. And then walking them over to the left. Yeah. Continuing to breathe. Sit bones remain on the mat. The right sit bone is still connected to the mat. And stretching here. You should really feel that right now. Feels amazing. Perfect. Now we're going to push ourselves into child's pose, but I want a wide ankle child's pose so that the knees are open and the big toes are touching. This is going to be an active child's pose. So knees go out, toes are touching, sit bones are towards your heels, and we're going to walk our hands out. So as we continue to make this an active stretch, you should feel it through your shoulders, your side body, and your hips. And we're just going to stay here. Breathe into this. Allow the body to wake up. And then coming back up. Perfect. Finding yourself in tabletop. And fire hydrant. So fire hydrant. So what we're going to do, just like you think when a dog goes to a fire hydrant, we're going to lift up our right leg. Yeah. Hold that for a second. Belly's nice and tight. We're pressing through the fingertips. We're not falling into our shoulders. See the difference here? We want to press through, round through the scapula and bring that hip back down. Switching sides. So left knee going up. Breathing into that. Our hips are also square. We're not up here. And back down. So next time we do it, we're going to do hip circles. So right side goes up, and now we're going to circle that hip. Nice and big. Waking up that big muscle. Now when we bring the knee down, we're crossing over our left knee and pushing ourselves back and into a child's pose. So child's pose, cross leg. Breathing in. And rolling ourselves back into that. Bringing the legs back to a regular tabletop. And so second side, hydrant circles. Left leg goes up. And let's circle that. And And settling the circles, bringing the right knee behind the left knee behind the right, and sitting back into that cross-legged child's pose, second side. And rolling forward, coming into our tabletop. Pointer. So again, we do a lot of poses that are named after dogs or dog moves or animal moves. So this one we're going to take our right leg, it's going to go behind us. Toes are pointing to the floor, knees pointing towards the floor, and our left hand is going to go out. We're pressing through the fingertips on the right so we don't fall into that shoulder. Belly is nice and tight. And then let's switch sides. Settling your breath. Extending the left leg out. Toes are pointing down, kneecap is pointing down. Hips are square, so we're not, okay? And then when we have our balance with our belly nice and tight, we're going to put our right hand out. Pressing through the fingertips of the left, not to fall through the shoulder. Continue to breathe. And back down. Perfect. Tucking your toes under, pushing yourself back into your first down dog. Pressing through your fingertips, walking your dog nice and slow. Settling your breath. Walking your hands to the center of your back, rolling your spine all the way up. Rolling the shoulders back, palms are forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a moment to settle your breath, being aware of your surroundings, the dog scratching at the door, hands go all the way up. And our first forward fold. Knees are bent. Clasping our elbows and swaying from side to side. Head is heavy here, jaws relaxed. Breath should be gentle, just swinging from side to side. Bending your knees, placing your hands on your mat, and going into a wide ankle stand. So in your wide ankle stand, for this particular practice or pose, our toes are pointing forward. Our hands are going to go on our hips, and we're going to roll the spine up nice and slow. I like to say, for a wide ankle stand, that the ankles are under rest for just a good check. So here we go. We're going to do another forward fold, all the way down. Hands are on the mat. Head is heavy. Let the body just weigh. Bending your right knee, walking your hands over to side lunge, and stay. Then we're going to walk through center and over to the left. We're going to do this a couple more times, each time trying to get just a little bit lower. So as we go through center, over to the right. And back through center, nice and low, keeping it nice and smooth. There you go. One more time. Back through center. Over to the right. And then nice and low to the left. Going back through center. Hands on hips, and let's roll that spine up. Roll the shoulders back. Leaving hands on hips. Scooting the feet in. Into mountain pose Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders back, palms are forward, eyes are closed. Settling the breath. Perfect. Opening up the eyes, stepping to the back of your mat. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees. Walking your hands forward into down dog. Knees are back. Now we're going to sway the hips from side to side. Nice and slow. Breathing. Settling that. Lifting your right leg up into a three-legged dog. Bending at the knee and stacking your hips. Back to your three-legged dog, bringing this foot forward. So it's going to the outside of your hands. It's not going in between like normal for a lunge. Now I want the right foot to go into a 45-degree angle, and if it's available for you today, down onto your forearms. Knee can go out to the side. Ooh, that's better. And coming back up. There we go. Back into your three-legged dog. Now when we come down, we're crossing the ankles. And we're going to walk our hands up. And just hang here. Walking the hands back forward. Into down dog. Uncrossing the legs. Second side. Left leg goes up. Knee bends and stacking the hips. Gaze is between the hands. Going into your three-legged dog and bringing that front leg forward. Again, it's outside of the hands. Left foot goes into a 45-degree angle. Going down onto the forearms if that's available for you today. Knee goes out to the side. And breathe into that. Coming back up. Back into your three-legged dog and crossing your legs and walking forward or walking back. Settling the body, just using your body weight here to hang and walking back forward. Untucking the feet. Onto the knees, opening the knees, and back into your child's pose. Walking the hands out, settling the sit bones towards the heels, calming the breath, and up we go. Taking a moment in hero pose or hero variation. Putting the hands down, tucking the toes under, and into your child's pose. Looking in between your hands, and walking or stepping to the top of your mat. Rolling your shoulders back, palms are open and forward. Tadasana mountain pose. Finding yourself in the middle of your mat. Fixing your hands. On your inhale, all the way up. Palms are facing forward, and on your exhale, let's sit down into Uttanasana, chair pose. Shoulders are away from ears, arms are straight. Belly is in, tailbone is tucked, so we don't have like a big ballerina bum. There we go. And just sit there. Energetically pulling your hips apart or your legs apart, and sit a little bit lower. And forward, full flush that. Rolling the spine up. And the shoulders back. Good. Stepping to the back of your mat. On your inhale. Forward fold. Bending your knees, walking your hands into your down dog. Bringing your left leg up. Bringing it between your hands. There you go. Turning your back foot down. So we're in Virabhadrasana feet right now. So finding yourself back into your down dog, nice and relaxed. Bringing your left leg up into a three-legged dog, and then cross body into pigeon. Now what we're doing is we're going to scoot our back leg with our toes as far as it can go. And then going down onto our forearms. We want to keep the sit bone. We don't want to fall over into the left cheek. Can you see the difference there? We want to be up nice and straight. Take a quick look behind, make sure that leg is straight and not off to one of the sides. And we're just going to sit here and breathe. If it's available for you, you can go down onto your chest. But for this purpose, I'll stay up on my forearms. Breathing into that left hip. Feels so good. And then coming onto your bum, and we're just going to switch sides. Bringing our right leg forward and our left leg back. Our leg that's bent, I should have mentioned earlier, your foot should be flexed. And then we're scooching back, like I said, with the toes on my left leg. See how far you can go, not falling into that hip. And again, if it's available for you, putting your chest down. And coming back into a seated position, into diamond legs. So, feet are together in front of you. So basically when you look down, you should see a diamond, okay? We're up on our sit bones. And we're just gonna lie our body on top and breathe. Forward fold diamond legs. And coming up, still on our sit bones, bringing our right foot in towards our pubic bone and our left foot out to the side. Toes are up, knee is pointing up. On our inhale, we're going to extend the body through the sit bones all the way to the crown of the head. And on our exhale, we're going to lean over to the side. And hold. And on your inhale, we're coming up. Your right hand is going to go behind you, and we're going to go up onto the shin of our right leg and have a nice side body stretch here. Breathing into that and coming back down. Finding our sit bones, extending through the spine. On the exhale, let's fold over. Hopefully this time getting a little bit lower. And then coming up. Hand goes behind and up onto the shin for a stretch. And now back down. Okay, switching sides. So left heel goes towards the pubic bone, right foot is out, toes are pointing forward, and knee is up. We're on our sit bones here. If you need to move the flesh away, please do. Oh, I have one of my pink hairs in my mouth. Extending through the top of your head, and on your exhale, folding over to the side. With every exhale, getting just a little bit deeper into the pose. And coming back up, so left hand goes behind this time, up onto the shin of the left, and over. And back down. Let's do that again. Finding our sit bones. Extending our spine up with our inhale, and with our exhale, folding over to the side. If it's available, try and grab the inside of your foot. And one more time, coming back. And going up. Coming back down, finding yourself on your back, bringing your knees in, recline balasana, opening up the knees to your armpits, feet go up parallel to the ceiling, and try to grab the outside of your feet here for happy baby. Give yourself a nice little rock. Settle in your breath. Bringing the legs down to the mat. Extending them out. Rolling your shoulder blades under. Palms are up to receive or down to release. Shavasana. Thank you for joining me today. Please stay in Shavasana as long as you can. I'm bringing my hands to heart center and saying namaste. See you soon.